I was at a grad party a while ago, and I ran into a friend that I hadn't spoken with for some time. We had known each other since grade school, but had never really been close or had meaningful conversations about anything. That was probably because I was much more shy when I was younger and couldn't carry the conversation, and then once I matured to the point where I could, the opportunity to talk to her had just never come around. She was only at the grad party because her sister was friends with the graduating student, so she knew few people well, and I was her closest friend there. At least I think so. I could see this, so we started talking about life in general, what she had been doing with her summer and I with mine. Somehow we started talking about her past boyfriends, and she told me that retrospectively she tended to date guys who, as she said, were sporty and didn't know how to care about her. I, thinking I could use dull humor to entertain her like I do most people, suggested she date a boy in our class who I found to be sporty and who I didn't think would know how to care about her. She quickly informed me that one of her best friends was dating said boy, and that she thought he was a very nice guy. Needless to say, I felt horrible for offending her and worse for making a joke at the expense of someone else. It wasn't a big deal. She got over it fast or forgot or hid any emotion related to the incident, and life went on. I was at marching band practice with my section, and while we were taking a break, one of the saxophone players and I were talking about marching band, and during the conversation she said very loudly, "I hate our teacher sometimes." I happen to like our teacher, but I respect her views. But like a cliché scene in a poorly scripted movie, our teacher happened to be standing right around the corner and heard everything that the saxophone player said. And though she didn't confront the saxophone player, a mellophone player told us that the teacher had heard everything the saxophone player had said. The saxophone player felt very bad about what she had said, and life went on. Tactfulness is an art, one that I'm not very well versed in, and as much as I want to say the right thing all the time, I would have to try 1,000 times harder to come close to that. Tactfulness isn't just when you're speaking. Really, it's what you think also. The first line of The Great Gatsby says that the narrator suspends judgment of people because you never know where someone is coming from. I believe this completely. In order to be tactful, you can't have any hostility towards any part of a person regardless of severity. People always have a reason for what they do. I use the word tactful in a very broad way. I use tact to describe anything that is the appropriate action for a given situation. For example, it is not tactful to be obnoxious at a funeral, or it's tactful to be nice to someone in a bad mood, or when meeting the Prime Minister of Spain, it is tactful not to do a cartwheel and call him an idiot. But what if someone else isn't tactful and it affects you? What do you do then? Obviously terrorists are not tactful, and neither are dictators, and neither is the guy in school who punched you because you corrected him in English class. They say and do things that greatly anger people. So, what should or can you do to respond to that? I'm still looking for the answer to that. I think I will always be looking for the answer to that.